Sound on. Let's get started with this. So here's how to achieve your ideal weight as a busy medical professional. Good day. My name is Simisola Agbola. I'm 20 years old, and I have a lot of experience helping people to live healthy and successful lifestyles, both online and also in person. But the most important person I've helped, my mom, Miss Bola, who is the director of this whole community. With the help of family, she's lost over 50 pounds and has reached her target weight. And now she's living a healthier and happier lifestyle. And although I'm not a professional, on this platform, I want to give you all the information needed to do the same. And I also want to give a special thank you to Dr. K for supporting my family and giving me the opportunity to make a positive impact. So let's begin. But first of all, I just want to show my appreciation for you. Yes, you. The fact that you have taken time out of your busy schedule to learn how to have a healthier lifestyle just proves that you are very serious about making this change. So congratulations on taking the first step towards reaching your target weight. So this class will have 3 sections: mindset, game plan, support. So let's get started. So the first section is mindset. Now, mindset has 3 categories, and the first one is understanding paradigms, the law of reversed effort, and then remembering that this is a lifelong journey. So first things first is understanding paradigms. A paradigm is a framework or a procedure, but in this connotation, we are talking about mental paradigms. So in this sense, a paradigm is a mental framework. Think about it almost like your beliefs, right? So this also goes into your identity. In this sense, your paradigm is your identity, who you think you are. So this means that how you perceive yourself dictates your reality, right? So what I want to tell you with this first section is that you are not fat. You just aren't at your target weight yet. You are an athlete. Now, why am I saying this? Well, because whatever you tell yourself and what you identify as will become your reality. So if you constantly tell yourself, man, I'm fat, you will then take the actions of somebody who is fat. But if you tell yourself that I'm healthy, I am an athlete, and I'm not at my target weight yet, you will then take the actions as somebody who is healthy. So switching your paradigm, which is switching your mental framework, which is switching your identity from a negative one to a positive one. That right there is very important. So for example, when you think of scary thoughts, you begin to feel symptoms of fear. Even though there is nothing scary near you, just the fact that you are thinking about it makes your body feel the sensations of fear, such as maybe like you get sweaty, goosebumps, teary eyes. Why? Because our brain does not know the difference between real life and imagination. So the mind and the body mirror each other. So whatever you think, your body will react to it. So what you think becomes your reality. Just like in Proverbs 18:21, which is right here, death and life are in the power of the tongue, which means that whatever you proclaim onto yourself and others will become a reality. Continuing, and they that love it shall eat the fruits thereof, which means that those who speak positivity and those who speak life will bear fruit. So this is very, very, very important to always speak positively to yourself. You are not fat. You just are not at your ideal weight yet. Next is the law of reversed effort, which means the harder you try to force something, the harder it will be to do it. So don't over obsess over the number on the scale. Only check the scale occasionally and have fun with this journey. For example, remember sometimes when you lost something, but then you tried so hard to find it, but you just couldn't. But then when you finally just took your mind off of it randomly, like you just found it. Why? Because the less that you force something, the easier it becomes. So going back to our weight loss journey, we don't want to force it too much, meaning that we don't want to stress out too much about the scale, keeping that weight on the forefront of your mind. Why? Because that makes us more stressed. And cortisol, which is stress, is linked to weight gain. So we want to lower our cortisol levels so that the stress doesn't make us gain more weight, right? So just having fun with this journey is very, very, very vital, just to make sure that we aren't stressing too much about it, right? Having fun just makes things easier. The diet easier, makes working out easier, and then just makes this whole journey more pleasant and fulfilling. All right. Now, lastly, for this section, I just want to remind you that this is a lifelong journey. The goal isn't to just get to your ideal weight, but we also want to adopt a healthy lifestyle. Now, this means that we are building habits that will last us for life. A big mistake that I see so many people make is that they do reach their target weight, but they fall off, right? Because once they reach that goal, they just go back to their old habits, and then boom, they regain the weight that they lost plus more because they binged. So we always have to just keep in mind that this is a lifelong journey because we are transforming our habits, right? Healthy habits lead to a healthy and happier life, right? So this is going to be a journey that will last us for life. For example, just like having a long-term patient as a medical professional, the goal isn't to just help them in the short term, but rather nurturing them long-term and making sure that they are successful for life. That is how we want to treat this journey, which is lifelong. All right, next is our game plan. So this section also has 3 parts. We'll be getting our initial weight, doing a food audit, and then making exercise fun. All right, so first things first is getting our initial weight. So weigh yourself on the scale to get your starting points. Then set the goal of the specific number of weights you want to reach. And then this one, which is right here, which is very vital, is to reweigh yourself weekly or bi-weekly. Don't weigh yourself too often because going back to the first section, right? When you're too stressed out about it, right? You will actually gain more weight, right? So making sure to have fun and to also just check it once in a while, right? Just to see how you are progressing with time. Next is doing a food audit because you cannot out-train a bad diet. You cannot out-train a bad diet. Without a good diet, the exercise that you do will not work. So go around your home and remove all of the bad foods. For people who are, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 plus, that food is usually carbs, right? Carbohydrates are usually the foods that we want to avoid. Rice, jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam, fufu, eba, amala, iyán, meat pie, puff puff, akara, all of those tasty foods that we like, we should probably not have as much as those. Why? Because they are carbohydrates, which make us gain more weight. So yes, they are very tasty and I love those foods so much, but we have to swap those out for healthier ones, right? Take a journal and document what you eat in a day. So from breakfast, lunch, dinner, just see, what am I having throughout my day? And then from there, just replace those bad foods with good foods. So for instance, rice. You can swap rice with a healthier type of rice. So maybe you have white rice. You could probably swap that one out for brown rice or jasmine rice or just like cut rice out in general, right? So just search up your favorite foods and then search up what like healthy foods you can swap it with. All right. Now, lastly is going into a caloric deficit. Now, when it comes to weight loss, there are 3 terms that we should know when it comes to calories. So the first term is maintenance calories, which is pretty much you eating the appropriate amount of food per day to maintain your weight. Next is a caloric surplus, which is you eating more than your maintenance calories, which will make you gain weight. And then lastly is a caloric deficit, which is you eating under those maintenance calories that will make you lose weight. So we want to eat below those maintenance calories, which is a caloric deficit. Now, when finding what number of calories works best for you with a caloric deficit, keep in mind that every single person is different. So what I recommend you doing is searching up what caloric deficit works best for you with your height, weights, BMI, and target weights. Search that up and then just find the correct number for you, right? Because everybody is different. And now, the simplest way to have the caloric deficits within your day-to-day life is fasting. So what we do is that we cut out breakfast. We only have lunch and dinner, right? So past dinner, we just skip breakfast and then just have lunch the following day. Now, we usually break the fast sometimes 12 p.m. or 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 p.m., right? Having that fasting time, that is like the simplest way to get the caloric deficits within your day-to-day life. So definitely try that out, but ultimately find the best number for you based on your stats. All right. Next is making exercise fun. Now, exercise does not have to be torture because I do know that working out can be very tiring and daunting. So pick an activity that you're interested in and do it 3 to 7 times per week. So what we like to do is walking, jogging, and sprinting. So we go to this nice, friendly park, right? And then pretty much what we do is that we walk some, then jog some, then sprint some, right? So walking, that is very good to build up your stamina. Jogging, that is very good to burn fat. And then sprinting, that is very good to build muscle, right? Because when you're running as fast as possible, your muscles are putting in full force, right, to that motion, which then helps them to grow more. You can also do sports too with your friends, family, children, colleagues, whoever, right? Just getting active and also making sure to have fun, right, too. You can also do dancing too, right? So maybe Zumba or like whatever class, but dancing is very, very, very good too, right? Just to have fun, let loose, and to ultimately lose fat and to put on some muscle, because like those dancing motions are like very, very, very fast. So that's a great one too. You can also do weightlifting as well. So weightlifting plus cardio. Weightlifting, that by far is the best to put on muscle mass, which can then like substitute for that fat. So weightlifting plus cardio, so like running, treadmill, walking, just combining those, that is also a very good option. But ultimately, it is up to you and what you find fun to do. All right. And lastly is support. So always remember to be kind to yourself, lean on others, and remember we need you. So remember to be kind to yourself, because on this journey, you will mess up, and that's okay. You are not a failure, because messing up is part of the process. You know, because on this journey, you will make mistakes. Maybe you'll cheat with the processed food and the fast food, or maybe your family, they are going to this like fancy restaurant. So like you just tag along and then like you have something that you probably shouldn't have, right? It's part of the process, and you are not a failure for messing up. The only time that you fail is if you give up. But apart from that, messing up is part of the process. Plus, here's a little secret. Processed foods are chemically designed to be addictive, right? So these scientists and these like big food companies, they intentionally put chemicals in their food to make you crave them more, which then makes them more money, right? So you are not 100% at fault. These foods are made to make you crave them more. It's tough, but we will get through this together. All right, next is to lean on others, because this journey is hard to go through alone. So get support from this group. Organize meetups, walking in like parks, working out, dancing classes, sports, or just like texting us. This group is for you, right? To get support and to lean on other people. Having people who are like-minded, that right there is so key to actually making progress with this journey. You can also lean on your friends and your colleagues, and most importantly, lean on your family, right? People who live with you. Lean on the people who are closest to you. So your spouse, your children, relatives, whoever is in your house, lean on them and make them keep you accountable, right? Because they see you more than most people will see you, right? They see when you cheat or when you skip a workout, right? So they will keep you in check. So make sure to get them involved as well. All right. Now, this is the last section, but it's the most important one, which is to remember that we need you. You are very important to us children, and we need you to be healthy and live long. Not just for your sake, but for our sake as well. So please take this journey seriously and don't give up. Because we want you to be with us for a very, 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 very long time. And we want you to meet and play with your grandchildren as well. That right there is the ultimate goal beyond everything else. So please, do not give up. And that's all. Thank you for listening. Truthfully, thank you. And once again, thank you to Dr. K and my mom, Miss Bola, for this opportunity. And I want to wish you good luck on your journey towards reaching your target weights and living a healthy lifestyle. It's a tough one, but it's worth it. I look forward to seeing all of your success stories. Truthfully, I do. Thank you, and take care.